one of the books is looking at 3 probable causes of this triple negative breast cancer, which many younger women are getting. 10% of Ashkenazi Jewish women have their cancer fix-it gene is broken when they're born. So they have they call a mutated BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene, and that's 10% of Ashkenazi Jewish women. And so they are getting hit at an earlier age, and a much higher proportion of them with this triple negative breast cancer, as are younger black women who have had babies very early. They're getting hit early. We're talking late 20s into your 30s. We're not talking older women. And that is ratcheting it up. We know it's ratcheting it up because there's millions and millions of dollars being invested in finding the cure for triple negative. But again, no one's thinking simply about what's causing it. We didn't have so much of it 30 years ago. Why do we have it now? Our book on the volume on the triple negative talks about 3 ways we believe the Ashkenazi Jewish women and the black women and younger women of all stripes are having a higher risk level, and what they're doing that might be causing this. And there's simple issues that we can deal with. So I think, did I do all 7? We got the food, and we got the vitamin D3, we've got the contraceptive drugs. No, there's the other one is balancing your hormones. This is really an older woman book for older women, like myself, like some of us, who are no longer, well, and some of us don't have any ovaries. We had hysterectomies and oophorectomies and whatever, or the ovary, we've gone through menopause and our ovaries are no longer producing estrogen and progesterone. And so it can sometimes affect your energy level, your weight level, your skin, your hair. You have all adverse effects of aging. But if you can find natural ways to keep your hormone levels up using plant-based hormones, and you don't have to use drugs, you can use solid plant-based hormones, you can keep things balanced. And even younger women with having horrible cramps and having acne and mood disorders, a lot of times that's because the diet they're eating is very imbalanced, and they're not able to have their hormones balanced. And so that book is really on hormone balancing after menopause, but also can be applied before menopause too. So those are the 7.
Susan, you have brought us an awareness of preventative options that I think someone could watch this particular show over and over again and really get a lot of information that is quite helpful.
Good.
Really.
I think it's really a great service for women, and as a woman I just want to thank you for doing all this research and really stepping up to get this message out.
Yeah.
Because it takes courage to do that. I know I've been involved in the world of breast cancer myself, and it's not an easy and sometimes uncomfortable subject for a lot of people. So I just want to honor you for stepping out in service to women.
Thank you. And what I find is, because we are promoting the benefits of thermography, not with to the exclusion of mammography, but because we're promoting thermography just by itself, a lot of people are hesitant to fund us because they don't know much about thermography. Because we're encouraging women to use both supplements, vitamin D3 supplements, and to be very, very conservative, but to use year-round tanning as a very important way to get solid vitamin D3. A lot of people think we're off the charts, wacko, and but we're seeing more and more how devastating the effect of sunblock on young children through the aged is in terms of our health. Young children have allergies and asthma like never before. What are their vitamin D3 levels? They're in the cellar. They're under 10. These kids are in with the computers, they're not outside playing anymore, and they're eating food that it doesn't have much vitamin D3 in it, and you can't get enough vitamin D3. And then when they do go outside, they're covered with sunblock, so their body can never make their own vitamin D3. But a lot of people are like, well, no, my doctor doesn't tell me this, and so therefore I'm not going to give you any money because you don't know what you're talking about. And so it's very difficult for us, a woman volunteer-based, basically, organization, to raise enough money to just print these books so more women can learn. So, and birth control drugs, most people don't want to hear that birth control drugs can ratchet up and are ratcheting up women's breast cancer rates, because we've been taught that they're the end all and be all. They're making so much money for so many companies. And in Europe, we have a choice of 3 dozen hormone-free IUDs that cost zero, basically. They only cost 50 cents to make in most cases. Here, the one IUD that's allowed on the market that's hormone-free is costing $759, and it's the same sort of model I had in the 70s that cost like $15. So we're a profit-motive society, and it's hurting women, and it's causing our breast cancer rates to go way up. So we're the only ones. Women are the only ones with the power and the self-interest to actually stop most breast cancer before it starts.
And I think with your 7 steps, they are steps that women can empower themselves to take those steps as prevention, versus having to go somewhere for these steps.
That's right. And you only need to do one. I mean, even one will help. Choose from the 7.
Yes.
You know, this year I'm going to do one, or this month I'm going to do one. And then when you get, that's how I live, maybe you can try a second choice. You don't have to do all 7. Breast cancer is caused by many things. Each woman who gets a diagnosis has created her own individualized toxic cocktail. And some of the nasty ingredients started when you were younger and lived in a place where they had lousy water. And so your sister, your mother, your grandmother, they all have gotten breast cancer. It's not genetic, it's the water they all had in Tuscaloosa, you know, Minnesota. We now understand. They were near a dry cleaning factory, and the perk was filling up the reservoir there. So, and that's affecting you for the rest of your life. You know, and then you add too much dairy in your diet, and then you add no exercise and low vitamin D3, and bingo, there you are. You've got a diagnosis.
You have inspired me to
Oh,
look
good.
at many different areas
good.
of my life,
Good,
and
good,
I
good.
hope that you've inspired our viewers.
Well, you'll love
well,
the
so-
ebooks, and they're short. They're like 50 pages each, $3.99 each, and the first one that's out, as I said, is the birth control. But vitamin D3 will be out in about another month, and then we'll keep going. And if people can send money through the Indiegogo, it's a nonprofit. We can print these small volumes and sell them for maybe $10 because they're small.
It really, I had a flashback to Louise Hay's movie where she shows herself with her self-published little book in the beginning, and now she has this amazing message that she got out into the world. So
Wonderful, good,
hopefully the same will happen here.
great.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
wish you well with that.
Thank you,
And
thank
we
you.
will definitely be sending the word out.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
For
good.
sure.
Thank you,
So
Susan.
we have another product that's actually pretty good for anti-cancer.
Yes, it is.
And
Oh,
that's our Chaga tea.
And we always like to finish our show with a little toast with some Chaga tea.
good.
So
So cheers
Cheers.
to prevention.
this is the medicinal
Stopping it
mushroom.
before it starts, as we
Yes,
said.
That's
absolutely.
right. And thank you
And
again.
cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you for watching.
Thank
And if you have any thoughts or comments about this show, or you want to connect with us or Susan, we'd love to hear from you and share with us on our website or our Facebook page, and the links are below. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Excellent.
Right, thank you.
Here's to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.